All right, all right, all right. Let's get going with this beautiful thing. Do this presentation, have a little bit of fun. Start the presentation. Voila! All right. Hopefully it's loading well. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. Hi, great. I am so excited to see you guys today, and I love these webinars because it's an hour full of great information, chock full of stuff, just awesome, awesome things. So before we get started, I just want to give you a little housekeeping of, I am here to answer every single question that you guys have. And please do me a favor and just hold your questions to the end. And once I'm done recording, then I will stop the recording, and then we can go ahead and hello. How are you? Hi, okay. Hello. So if what I'm saying is when if you have questions, I'm going to answer them all at the end. Just please put them in the chat. I am recording this so that way it can get downloaded onto the YouTube, and that way you have information for the future. But I'll answer all of your questions at the end of the webinar. So let's get started with the fun, shall we? All right. So welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jen. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, and I've been teaching people how to use essential oils for nearly 4 years. The reason why I love this class is really because I have been an athlete my whole life. And I really wish I had these in my toolbox. But now I have 2 boys, and now I'm teaching them how to be an athlete, then to maintain health, and to help their bodies to work in a higher performance. So that's why this class really tugs at my heartstrings, because literally in my own life, I'm having those conversations with my boys. So some things that I'm going to include today, just some essential oil facts, why to default to using the essential oils, why we should use them versus another type of synthetic, stimulant or whatnot. Also, using your essential oils to help you with your immune system, your respiratory system, your energy and focus, adrenal health, and of course, some essential oils, again, that I would use for continuing performance. So just to remind you, essential oils cannot cure disease, treat disease, or prevent disease, but what it does is support our body system so that way it can actually train your body to actually heal itself. Because believe it or not, our bodies can do that. We just have to give the tools so that way we can be successful. So I have a question. What's your goal? Me as a mom, I want to be able to support my kids so that way that they are actually working in a higher level. I mean, right now they're doing 2 practices in a day for baseball. They play travel baseball, so it's, not the little league experience, but they are working in a higher level that they're not used to. But me being the mom, I got to keep up. And when I don't keep up with them, that means I'm leaving them behind. So put down in the comments what your goals are. So that way when we're done with all this, then we can work privately. Let's set some expectations. What are your expectations? What are your, I guess that goes along with your goals. What do you want to do? What do you want to see? How do you see yourself getting healthier? So why doTERRA? Everybody asks me this question. Jen, why should I use doTERRA? Well, doTERRA is amazing because of many aspects. And I'm going to talk a little bit about them very quickly. But first off, doTERRA is the largest essential oil company that is tested over and over and over and over time by many essential oil analysis companies. and they're constantly being rated the best essential oil. We're the largest essential oil company. And the biggest thing I love about them is their co-impact sourcing. You know, we do not own the farms. We actually have a very, very close-knit, integral relationship with the farmers. So when you buy that bottle of peppermint, you're helping that family in the state of Washington feed their family. Or when you purchase that bottle of frankincense for your cellular health or your headaches, then you are helping that family who lives in Somaliland and not have to, you know, they can send their kids to school instead of taking them out of school to help support the family. The other thing that I do like about doTERRA is I am a science mind. My education is actually in science. My background, I did work at the Veterinary Medical Teaching Hospital here in California, teaching veterinary students anesthesia. So I have a medical mind with a lot of science mind, hence why I get into a little nitty gritty. Bear with me. But with that being said, when I was looking for some essential oils, I wanted something that's going to be a therapeutic grade. There are really 4 different types of essential oil. Number 1 is fragrance, or the synthetic. That is nothing more than the perfume industry. The second one is going to be food, and that's nothing, there's no nutritional value in those essential oils. It's all about flavoring of foods. The third one is therapeutic, and that's your aromatherapy. And sometimes they are generally regarded as safe for internal use, but I prefer the therapeutic grade testing, certified pure therapeutic grade, and that is rigorously tested, not only by doTERRA, but also third-party testings. And that is specific to doTERRA. They really wanted, doTERRA wanted a company, to have a company that could really raise the bar in the essential oil world, because I don't know if you have experienced essential oils before doTERRA, but if you have and you were wanting them to use for, you know, headaches or relaxation, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, and that is because of the testing regulations. Some things are different, and that happens because it's plants. This is plant-based medicine. So doTERRA tests their essential oils before it gets into your hands 54 times. Yes, 54 times. So 43 times is tested in doTERRA labs, and 11 different times tested outside of doTERRA to make, and that they basically marry up those test results to make sure that they're getting the same thing. And you can get all of that information on a website called sourcetoyou.com, and we're very transparent. All right, 3 methods of use. If you've hung out with me at any length of time, you do know that there are 3 different ways to use essential oils from doTERRA. And I'm just going to grab a roller ball here. And basically, one is going to be breathing right from the bottle. You can just drink, and it is amazing how you actually can open up your senses of your respiratory, your nose, your sinuses, your lungs, everything, just by breathing right from the bottle. The essential oil does get into the brain within less than a second, because again, it's breathing right from that oil. And the second way to use it is topically. And when you use essential oil topically, that oil will go into your bloodstream about 2 minutes after application. And then there is also, 20 minutes after that topical application, that essential oil will be in every single cell in your body. So quite powerful. The third way to use doTERRA essential oils is internally. Remember, we talked a little bit about the generally regarded as safe by the FDA, and that is, again, something that you can use doTERRA with. And if you're using something systemically, trying to help yourself systemically, going the internal route is an awesome way to help yourself. So, all athletes need essential oils. And yes, it is amazing because I've learned so much about Tim Hightower, who is a running back with the NFL, Jamie Mitchell, who is a big wave surfer. Sloan Stevens is a tennis player who does tennis through the U.S. Open. Donovan Mitchell, an NBA player, and Brandon Cooks is another NFL player. So that just gives you 5 instances of people who are high performance advocates using doTERRA essential oils to gain further performance or push with their workout. And the reason why athletes need these essential oils is because they push their body higher than anybody else that you or I do. Now, I do consider myself a little weekend warrior because that's when I'm getting my exercises. But, you know, these athletes are training every day. My kids, they're training every day. So they're wanting to, again, work at that higher level. So it doesn't matter really if you are that weekend warrior, the lunchtime runner, or, you know, you're out there, you know, 2 hours before work and 2 hours after work. It really doesn't matter. The essential oils can absolutely help you obtain the goals that you would like to achieve physically. All right, let's get to some of these. So I do read some of these articles that are over on PubMed, and it's awesome because we see these research things done. But I want to actually bring you to a study that was done in, I believe, in 2014, and it was with the NCAA Division I athletic program in Utah, and they had been using essential oils, and then they would stop, and then they would use it again, and then they would stop, and it was awesome. So I want to just read this quote from you, and this is from the director of sports medicine. It says, "I love the changes I'm seeing with all the teams as they continue to use the doTERRA products and learn more. We've seen a difference in general atmosphere in our training rooms, and our athletes are experiencing the benefits of the essential oils. The effect isn't something I had expected, but I'm pleased with the result." I'm just going to give a little story of one of my friends, a lady who I do help with the essential oils. She is a track team coach at the local high school. And over the years, she always knows that during a specific time of the season, they would have more injuries at a specific time, and then people would fall off. When she enveloped doTERRA into the training program, she was seeing less injuries on the athletes, and the kids were actually setting bigger records within the school. So that is just awesome to have those results at my fingertips to share with you. All right, so who has a gym bag that stinks? Absolutely, right? I mean, good grief. You get all sweaty and gross, you put your stuff in the bag, and voila, disgusting. So I'm going to show you some essential oils you can use in your gym bag to help you not only keep the stinky away, but also let's make over that gym bag to be a little healthier. So first off, cleaning. Okay, you want to use, you know, some sort of, I mean, you're at a gym. If you're not at a gym, then maybe you're using a yoga mat, or you are outside and you get some stinky shoes, or you have, you know, stinky towels, and now you have to throw them in the wash. But let's get back to the gym bag. So we're cleaning the equipment that's around you, because after all, we want to stay healthy. Okay. So easy way to use some essential oils in that would be to use a little bit of On Guard, which is the protective blend, and a little bit of water. Take it in a little spray bottle, easy just to shake it up, spray, and then wipe it off. And the best thing is I am so lazy. I will not lie. I'm a lazy person. I don't like carrying two things, of one for my face and one for that. So everything seems to go on mine. But the best thing is when I'm using On Guard, it's killing all that bacteria. So, and it's not smelling, and I'm not getting sick. The second thing is you need to hydrate. So using the pre-workout shakes, and I'm guilty of that. I know I used it, and then I felt, okay, but eventually my heart was just going crazy, and I just couldn't get myself under control because, frankly, the pre-workout supplements that I were using was just making me just crazy. It was just high heart rates and high blood pressure. It was not very healthy. So we want to hydrate ourselves. You obviously using water would be best. Lemon essential oil, a couple of drops in your water in your stainless steel, hydro flask would be awesome to keep yourself hydrated. And the lemon essential oil helps flush out the toxins because after all, that fat is toxic, right? Absolutely. All right, energize. How many of us are waking up in the morning and we're so exhausted? And we just I don't want to go to the gym, but I have to go to the gym. Or you're on their lunch break and you don't want to go out for a walk or a run because you've had so much work to do in the morning. And you know that when you get back from your exercise, you've got so much more work to get back to. Well, you still got to get that exercise in no matter what time of day, right? So take some peppermint essential oil. And if you like to pair that with some wild orange, put them in your hands, rub them together, put over your mouth and nose, and enjoy the smell of beautiful peppermint and wild orange. Opens up your chest, opens up your sinuses, and then when you rub that on the back of your neck, it actually wakes you up. It's a very nice pick-me-up so that way you can go forward. We're going to talk a little bit more about peppermint essential oil and how it can actually help you get a better workout. So if you have a sweet tooth, and I know I do, I love to use Slim and Sassy, the metabolic blend. I put a couple of drops in my water, and that really helps curb my cravings. So that way I'm not over there going, oh, cookies, oh, chips, because I love anything sweet and salty. I'm all over that. All right, your post-workout. We are sore. We want to repair the muscles that we have broken down during our workout. And the trim shake that doTERRA does offer is full of vitamins, minerals, and helps your body's muscles to repair. Soreness. I know I get sore. I love to use my some Deep Blue, either the oil or the rub. I always have the rub with me, and I like the lotion, but I add a little bit of lemongrass to that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about both of those products to help you and why and when I use those a little bit more in depth. So it's the summertime here in beautiful Northern California, and when it gets to be really hot here, and it's a little harder to breathe when you go outside sometimes, or late summer, basically the entire Northern California goes on fire. So it's, again, very difficult to breathe, but you've still got to get your exercise in, right? So using Breathe essential oil over the chest will help to open up the chest and be able to get a nice, big, deep breath of when you're working out. So the other last thing that I will talk about before we move on is Mito2Max. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in depth as well, but that really helps with energy and adrenal support as well. Okay, I'm looking at my notes, making sure I got everything. All right, so the essential oils for respiratory and immune support. When we are exercising, and we are exercising over and over and over, it does put our body under some sort of stress. And a lot of you are going, that's a little counterintuitive. Yes, that is true. It is true, a little counterintuitive. You want to get rid of stress. You want to relieve the stress. However, it is so important to take care of your immune system, because when your body is under stress and then you're not having the appropriate rest and recovery period in between your workouts or your high stress life that you do lead, we all lead it, right? Then it will break down your immune system. So what I do recommend is not only by cleaning the equipment that before you use it, like the On Guard essential oil, but also by diffusing in your home some On Guard with Breathe, pairing those two together. And how does that help your body? So remember, essential oils will support the body system that it works on. And On Guard essential oil will help support the body to stay healthy. And when you diffuse On Guard in your home, it's actually getting rid of all the germs and the microbes that are floating around in our home, because how often do we open our windows and get that nice big cross breeze through? Remember this, your body is a machine, and you are asking your body to be a machine no matter what exercise you are doing. So, with that being said, when you are treating your body as the machine that you want it to be, meaning the nutrition that you should be getting, and you're fueling it and supporting it appropriately with hydration and giving it that little extra oomph to move forward, then your body will perform in the manner that you are wanting it to do. All right, let's talk Breathe. It is a blend of essential oils: peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca lemon, cardamom, ravensara, and all these oils are beautiful for opening up the chest and able to take a nice big deep breath. Because when you are exercising, you start to breathe a little faster. When you need that oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange to happen a little faster. If you're not taking that big deep breath, that gas exchange in your lungs is not happening. And therefore your body can't breathe, hence why it will continue to start to breathe. Because when you are actually taking a breath, it's because your brain is saying, hey, there's a lot of carbon, why am I like having brain fart today? A little bit more carbon dioxide in your brain that you needs to go, okay, I need to take a breath and exchange the exchange the gases. So I love to put it on my chest before I go work out. I have asthma. So when I do go, awesome. I'm having this pop up right in the middle of this. This is fantastic. You gotta love computers, right? It's awesome. Okay. So I'm an asthmatic, and there are times it's very difficult to breathe. But when I use Breathe essential oil over my lungs, or I diffuse it in my house when I can do it, then I'm able to take that nice big deep breath. I do the same thing on my boys when they're going out for practice or game. Same reasons, because they need to take a breath. All right, Tri-Ease. Tri-Ease soft gels are basically lemon, lavender, and peppermint. These three oils in this soft gel is fantastic for people who like to get outside to work out and then have allergies in return. I'm one of those people. So I have the trifecta. So I like to go outside and work out because there's nothing like being outside, especially when you're stuck indoors all day. So you go outside, and then I don't want to be sniffing and sneezing and snotting all over the place because my allergies decide to join me. So I do take a soft gel, a Tri-Ease soft gel, with my breakfast before I go out and work out. I know we talk a lot about On Guard. I think this oil is amazing. I do. I'm going to read this one quote from the study that was done with the NCAA Division I sports team. And it just says, once trainers started setting up the diffuser with On Guard and Breathe in the training rooms, athletes and trainers alike noticed a big difference in the smell and the positive atmosphere. One trainer particularly came back after a recruiting trip and immediately noticed a change. He says, the football training room has never smelled so good. I had to know what had changed. Once he found out that the diffusers made a difference, he asked if there was any way he could get more for other areas that they train in. So it's awesome. The head football trainer even uses lavender to help relax, to be able to get a better night's sleep. And we'll talk a little bit about why rest is important. So On Guard is has some great happy oils in it: wild orange, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and what else? Rosemary. Yep, beautiful, beautiful, and clove. And so these oils in my home, I've noticed that the boys are very relaxed when I diffuse On Guard. So I do like to keep my house relaxed. Please. Woo-wee. All right, so energy and focus. Who needs some? Yes, we all do. So when you are using your essential oils for energy, peppermint is fantastic to use. There's a study done with peppermint, and I'll talk about another study a little bit later. But after using peppermint essential oils, there is a 25% increase of oxygen saturation. And with that comes a harder push, heavier weightlifting, and able to push even further than where that athlete was before. So by using peppermint essential oil, if you're used to running 1 mile, but you need to run 2 miles, use a little bit of peppermint and you will be able to push past that wall for you. We're going to talk a little bit about Mito to Max and some adrenal health as well. Wild orange is an awesome oil as well for energy. Sometimes people will fall asleep with orange. I'm not one of those people, but my husband is. So if I use any type of wild orange diffusing in the house, he's fast asleep and I'm over there chilling. Like, okay, I got to get this stuff done. So let's get this done. So just beware of the people that are around you sharing it. But wild orange is awesome because it does kill germs topically. So if you want to use that, also puts a smile on your face, which is great too, because, we could all smile a little bit more in our stressful environment, plus move a little bit forward. All right, peppermint. It has been tested extensively. I talked about one study already. Let me talk now about another study. A 2014 study did look at the effectiveness of peppermint, and it found a significant improvement in the control group versus in the peppermint group versus the control group. And the people who improved on grip strength, their vertical jump, their long jump, their reaction times, which is important for all athletes, their blood pressure was better, their heart rate was better, and their respiration rate was better as well, which is awesome. So how would you use a peppermint essential oil? You can breathe right from the bottle, especially if you're at a gym, you can't really diffuse, or you can be that personal diffuser by putting it right onto you. You can also put peppermint on the bottoms of your feet, and that will help as well. And peppermint is really good for heat. So if you are working out at this time of day, right now it's hot outside, and you need to get your workout done, but you're going to get very super hot, using a little bit of peppermint will help cool your body. All right, Mito to Max. Let's talk about our adrenal glands. So we are all living life and we are loving it, but sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. Mito to Max is whole food based, and it is perfect for that pre-workout. It is a supplement. You can take it about 30 minutes before your workout, and it will help kind of push you a little bit further. It is caffeine free, and it is packed with power, but it does help with your mitochondrial function. So you're like, what the heck is that, Jen? Well, when in your cells, you have things called the mitochondria, and that's really where your cells take energy or glycogen to actually burn it. And so, if your mitochondria is not healthy, then you're not able to really burn through our fat storage and our glycogen storage fast enough or as efficient. So it's very, very awesome. This supplement will also help with aerobic capacity and our stamina. I do take this. I actually do give it to my kids. Right now, my boys are not used to going to bed late because, we like to be on a school sleep schedule. But when they're on the field until 8:30 at night, and then they come home, eat dinner, and then shower and go to bed, they're not getting into bed until about 9:30. So I'm really helping their adrenal glands so that way they have enough energy during the day. But when it's time to rest, they can actually get good quality sleep. When I introduced this supplement to them, they were able to get better sleep. And their coaches even said, wow, Jonathan's doing much better in reaction times and focus times in the sports that he's a first baseman. So he's a very busy boy. And then my other boy is a catcher. So again, very, very busy. But I take it as well because I've spent many years working shift work. And then I was in the hospital, doing hospital work as well, which is also shift work. And it's hard on your body when you're, high levels of stress over and over and over. And that causes a lot of havoc, not only on your adrenal glands, but also your hormone function. Now, you knew that I could not go a class without talking about our daily nutrient pack or also our lifelong vitality. This is doTERRA's vitamins. They are all whole food based. That's been tested rigorously on the way. So for me, I had an injury. I had a very severe injury. I ruined my knee, and to the point where I'm bone on bone. And I've been an athlete my whole life. And then all of a sudden, I was in a lot of pain all the time. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. I can't walk. I can't run. I can't stand. I'm going to sit in a chair. And at the time, I was 38. So with that being said, I'm a mom of boys. So you got to keep up with those kids. And trust me, if you have a child like my kids, then you need to keep up with your kids. You got to stay a step ahead. So the nutrient pack really bridges the gap from our nutrition. And unfortunately, our nutrition today is not what we experienced when we were kids. When we were kids, we didn't have the GMOs, the soil compensation, an apple tasted like an apple, but now there's really no taste to it unless you're buying organic. The nutritional pack will bridge the gap. So the MP is your multivitamin. That's your 22 vitamins and minerals. That is nutrition based. And then your XE Omega is your omegas in the appropriate ratio that we need here in the United States, because we as Americans ingest high quality omega-6s. And when they get out of balance with the 3, 6s, and 9s, then we also have out of balance. So our body. The omegas have 9 essential oils that all like Pac-Man to eat that whole body inflammation. Now, what is whole body inflammation? Acne is inflammation. Pain is inflammation. Headaches are inflammation. Back pain is inflammation. Any type of digestive issues is inflammation. We really only have one disease, inflammation. All right, let's get to some rest and essential oils for rest and recovery. So when we are resting our body, that is when our body can actually restore and actually rebuild itself. So that's not only, when you're taking the day off from your exercise, but also when you sleep. So there is immediate or short-term recovery, and that is the most common form of recovery, and usually occurs within a few hours after our exercise. So a lot of people will take that trim shake or some essential oils to ground you to relax and calm your hormones back down, so that way it will rest. Long-term recovery refers to periods of time that are built into seasonal training. So like right now, my kids are doing 2 workouts a day. So this is, we're in a season of high workouts. Now that's not going to happen all the time. but we're in this season until the middle of August. So that just gives you an idea of, you know, using some oils. And of course, if you have questions, please. Sleep. Sleep is just so understood. As somebody who went on 5.5 hours of broken sleep for many years, I've become very, very protective of my sleep. Sleep is very, very important for you as an athlete, because again, this is when if you are sleep deprived, you are at risk of losing any type of aerobic endurance. So if you want to push further, because now you're going to go run 30 miles, which you're awesome for you. If you're going to do that and you have not recovered and slept appropriately, you will hurt yourself. Please do not hurt yourself. And you could experience some subtle hormone level changes, in which that doesn't help either. All right, so let's go into calming oils, right? We have worked out, we're in that post-workout time, and now it's time to come back to life and just love. Now, lavender has been proven time in and time again to really help you to relax. Now, not necessarily maybe go to sleep, but you could use this when you go to sleep by diffusing it or putting it in the bottoms of your feet to help you just to relax and soothe those muscles that have been broken during your exercise. Restful blend. This also will come in a capsule form, so that way you can take that orally. This Serenity is an amazing oil. I like to put them at the bottom of my big toe every night to shut my brain off, so that way I can stop thinking about what I need to do tomorrow. I can really just concentrate on what I'm doing in the moment during the day. But I love it because it has cedarwood, which is a natural melatonin letdown, so oil. So please don't take melatonin, because that's a hormone, by the way. And when you take hormones, your body stops making it because it recognizes, hey, I've taken a hormone, I don't need to make it. So when you are taking something synthetic and your body recognizes that, and then your body is not making it anymore, you won't sleep. I know, it's crazy, because your body is like, I don't need to make this hormone anymore because you give it to me. So when you take things naturally, your body actually continues to function. Remember, it doesn't cure things, but it helps support our hormone system. Balance. So grounding, so beautiful, so wonderful. You go out for your run, or you pushed harder than you've ever pushed before, and you got really amped, and now it's time to relax. Grounding blend is just that. Will help you to relax and come back down to earth and enjoy the surroundings around you. You can diffuse this. My favorite way is just placing it on the back of my neck, so that way it helps my brain to relax. I love to use balance on my pain points. So for me, it's always going to be my knees. So I will use balance over my knee, and that does help with pain relief as well. All right, adrenal health. Yes, I cannot keep talking about adrenal health. I'm very, very passionate about it. So when we are in constant state of stress, we have a hormone shift. And our adrenal glands is part of our endocrine system that takes care of our, fight and flight hormones in our body. So if we constantly work out hours beyond hours beyond hours without the appropriate rest, we have a cortisol imbalance. So along with using Rito2 Max with your daily nutrient pack, I would highly recommend using 2 oils. One would be Clary Sage, because it does help support natural cortisol levels. And I've been using that on my boys, because, you know, right now we came home today. I gave a little Clary Sage on the back of the neck, so that way they can rest and get ready to go for the next practice this evening at 7. So and they are really just like, okay, we're relaxed. Another great essential oil would be basil, and basil does help support the adrenal glands as well. I just mix them both together in my hands. Who loves me some frankincense? When in doubt, frank it out. I love it because of the peace, the calming that this oil gives to me and my family. Also helps with cellular health. So if you are having some bumps and bruises and ouchiness, frankincense is a great oil to start with to help with the recovery and rest of those cells. The way I use it, I'll just apply to the area that is a main concern. Put it on the bottoms of the feet, and if you're really brave, just drop a drop of frankincense underneath your tongue to help with your cellular health. Deep blue. Love deep blue. It comes in many forms here for us, but the main one would be just either the oil or the rub. It's your preference. It really doesn't matter what you use. The oil is a blend of wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. And they work very well to soothe and cool. A lot of people say that it smells a lot like, what is that? Like icy hot. Comes on warm and then finishes cool. I actually really like to mix lemongrass with this essential oil, and that really helps my muscles to recover even faster. Speaking of lemongrass, I love the lemongrass is wonderful if you do get a massage. I do recommend getting massages regularly to help you release all the toxins that our muscles kind of hold on to, especially if you're not drinking enough water. But lemongrass is wonderful because it does help support tendons and ligaments in the joints, and really awesome, really awesome. Supports those soft tissues in our body. All right, the Athlete's Kit. Love these oils. We talked about all of these oils today, the lavender, the Breathe, the On Guard, the peppermint, but we didn't talk about Melaleuca. Melaleuca is great for when you're having any type of skin issue or skin. Sometimes I'm notorious for this, but I seem to bump into things when I'm in the gym all the time. And so I like to use Melaleuca on that as well. And it's wonderful too to help you with keeping your skin healthy, because we all need that too. All right. So doTERRA never ceases to amaze me. I should probably move this. There we go. I just love this company. I'm in better health today than I've ever have been. And it's really amazing. I'm just, yeah. And more people that I share with have been experiencing the same. So now what? If you do not have an account, please get one. Here's what you can do, or what you will get. Basically, a wholesale account is nothing more than getting 25% off of your product for a full year. And it's wonderful. So with that account, there's some extra support. Currently, I am an Institute of Integrative Nutrition student that I will be finishing in early of 2020. So I will be able to rev up my one-on-one coaching knowledge for you, so the way you can achieve your goals. That comes free with your membership. And also we have a group coaching via Facebook community that we also do as well, which is great because it's very, very helpful to learn together, because what works for me may not work for you, but somebody else will go, hey, this is what worked for me, which is a great thing. So if you're not involved, get involved, because we're a lot of fun and very, very excited to have everybody with us. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to stop the recording now so that way I can answer questions for the people that have attended. So have a wonderful day, and watch out for next month's webinar in August. Take care.